Hello, I'm JT from Fox Gaming, and welcome to the first episode of my F1 2018 career mode, where I will be racing for Alfa Romeo Sauber.
New drivers, new cars, and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that hosts the first round of a 21 race championship, taking us from here in Melbourne, Australia, across the globe before we eventually reach the season finale at Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. Just south of Melbourne's downtown business centre is the one and only Albert Park Circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy circuit with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake and a couple of good passing opportunities here as well, thanks in part to the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with the addition of new safety features, the return of France and Germany in an expanded 21-race calendar, and more tyre compounds than ever before. And of course, we have some big car manufacturers back in the sport too, with Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin returning as title sponsors for Sauber and Red Bull respectively. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2018 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. Great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 4th Constructors' title in a row, although for the first half of the season, it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the relative performance of McLaren and Toro Rosso, who have exchanged power unit suppliers this year. And given the additional restrictions on engine components, they need to be strong in terms of both performance and reliability.
Okay, be wary of the cars ahead braking suddenly into one. We could ruin our race if we hit them. Good luck. Great pass. We're approaching approaching the pit window. You'll be on the super softs. We're leading our teammate by 4.7 seconds. Charge is low. If we turn down the ERS deployment, we can harvest more energy. Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please. We're going to box this lap. Push hard on the in-lap. You've moved up to P9, into P9 now. Pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach. Exit now. We're racing on the exit. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, some information on Magnussen. They are out of the race. Caution, caution. Okay, clear. Charles is in the pits. Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the Prancing Horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the Drivers' Table. Sebastian Vettel takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Probably Stoffel Vandoorne. You know, strong pace, good work with the strategy, just a very complete drive, I think.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Ferrari moved to the top of the table.